And this is the very last conditional we'll be talking about in PHP. It is called the ternary operator. And as you can see, it's made up of the question mark and the colon. Once again, what we are bothered with is understanding the format for this operator. It is as simple as this. All that is required is, number one, the condition. First things first, the condition inside parentheses, then followed by the question mark. Now, after the question mark, you are expected to supply two actions. The first action is if the condition is true, and then the second action is if the condition is false. These two actions are separated by the colon. So this kind of conditional can only work if you simply have two actions to perform given a certain condition. And as usual, we cannot have enough of the talking, so we have to see the code in action. So in this program, we are going to write the age checker program once again. Now we're going to get started first of all by creating the age variable and set it to the value of 10. After a successful creation of this variable, we can now start with our ternary operator. Remember, it begins first with the condition. So what condition are we going to specify here? That age is actually greater than 17. Now this is our condition. Remember, what follows is the question mark. Now after this, the first thing we are going to supply is what we want to actually be carried out if this condition is true. If age is actually greater than 17, what should the program do? We want it to echo the following statement: you are an adult. But of course, now after which we are going to supply the colon and then supply the action to be performed if the condition is not true. And of course, if the age is not greater than 17, we are simply going to say you are not an adult. Now that being said and done, we can now end this with our end of statement. So if we save this, then we are done. This is simply how you actually make use of the ternary operator. Alright, now so at this point we need to see our code in action, so let's do the needful. And you will notice that it returned a parse error. What is the problem? Everything actually looks good. Well, actually this is the problem. This should be print and not echo. The echo does not have the ability to handle this operator, so we actually make use of the print when outputting text from this operator. So if I refresh this, hopefully I have saved this, you notice that it outputs you are not an adult, because 10 is an age that is not up to an adult yet. I hope you get the whole idea of this ternary operator thing. At this point, this should remind you of the tutorial when we discussed about echo versus print, and we said print has the upper edge against echo, but you should stick to echo until you have no choice than to make use of print. Well, here is one place that you actually have to make use of print if you want to output text. So this is how simple it is to make use of the ternary operator in PHP. Try and make use of all of these conditionals you have learned in PHP, starting with the if statement to the switch statement, and then finally the ternary operator. Think of ideas, think of things you can do, anything that requires condition. Yes, control flow in programming. Now we're moving to another aspect of control flow aside conditionals in programming. This time around we want to learn about loops. I'll be waiting for you in the next tutorial.